It's the official podcast. We're at episode 339 or somewhere in there.
41.
Yep. So pretty close. Jackson got COVID again. His vacation.
We don't know that.
Laugh at Jackson. He has the worst vacation ever.
You do.
Yeah.
You have to get sick. It has to be a common thing on vacations, right? You're around people constantly. You're stuck in a metal tube in the sky. You're around sick people. It was bound to happen.
I don't believe in vacations, so I don't know.
You guys got so much shit for that last week, by the way, about how you got up me for going on a 2-week vacation.
Sounds good.
The duration of it, or what?
Yeah, like they can't believe that. I read a few comments saying you guys are so out of touch for thinking that 2-week vacations aren't like a common thing.
Yeah, that's fair. If you're visiting family, I guess that's normal. So isn't it like really hot in the UK though? Right
Yeah.
now? Because I keep seeing all these videos of those nutcrackers falling over in the courtyards while all the other nutcrackers are ignoring them. And then they come in with the stretchers to carry them off. It's been really funny seeing some of these videos. Hoping those guys are okay, but still, it's just kind of funny how, because of a heat wave, I guess, in Europe or in the UK, I suppose at the
Like
very
80
least.
degrees.
How much is that in Celsius? That's not that
I think
much.
in
Is
Celsius it's like 30.
Yeah.
It's like 30 degrees. The problem is that now the Europeans are all really, really mad at the Americans for making fun of them. Because to Americans, 30 degrees Celsius is like nothing. Because
with
Americans have
Australians,
AC everywhere.
Yeah, it's built for it.
Europeans
yeah.
don't. It's built for it, right? Whereas in Europe, you sweat and you die. That's kind of just it. They never developed the technology of AC. I don't even know if they are allowed to build AC.
No,
if
it's
they
not
know
just
of it.
ACs. So this was like the biggest cultural shock coming over to England because I sleep with a fan directly on my face every night over in Australia, especially during the summers. And coming over to England, like the first accommodation I got in, I nearly died because there was no fan in the room at all. No fan. Like these rooms, these rooms are built to keep heat in, basically. So they're like little tinder boxes, which is not good during 30-degree Celsius weather. It's like little saunas essentially.
Well, they have no insulation. Like European homes in general just have really bad insulation where in the summer the heat just soaks up into the building. And in winter, it doesn't really keep it warm either. So it's kind of sucky. But I remember my place in Germany, it was the top floor, right under a very old roof in a very old building. And it would get hotter inside than on the outside. And that just kind of sucks, I guess, when it's like 30 fucking degrees Celsius outside, which again, I forget how much that is in Fahrenheit, but it's a lot. And then when you have, I guess, no respite and you're blowing into a trumpet because King Charles is now driving by in his fucking Epstein mobile, then yeah, you're gonna pass out, especially under that big furry hats they give you.
Yeah, it's like fucking winter clothes. They're wearing like fursuits, basically, blowing, like doing something physically extraneous with like playing the trumpet. It's no wonder that like 5 of them went like comatose, basically.
For our American listeners out there, that is 86 degrees Fahrenheit that Kaya is describing. And Charlie and I can go ahead and point and laugh and giggle and make fun of you two all you want, because according to the weather app, it's going to be 93 degrees in Florida right now today. And I don't mind at all.
Yeah,
That's
feels nice.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, though. America and Australia are built to like withstand those heats. Like our houses or apartments are like tall ceilings and open windows, basically, to let the air flow through. Whereas here, it's like super closed in, no fans, no AC, no ventilation.
Right.
And you just die in that heat.
Now that
They're
is
like little saunas.
totally true, Jackson, yet I can still make fun of them for it.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm all for making
for it
I'm
because
all for making fun of them.
I would not be okay with them making fun of people like passing out in the heat if they didn't mock and try to bully the rest of the planet, like Americans, into living the way they do and getting rid of AC, because all the hoopla is, oh, you guys' AC is causing global warming. Get rid of it. Die in just a sweat-induced coma like we do. Like, no. Why don't you guys build some ACs? I live like Americans, where Americans, 95 degrees, but you guys don't really feel it in between running from your home to your car. You know,
I have never seen that argument about get rid of your AC units.
Oh, wait.
are you for
kidding?
real?
I've actually
Are you
never
kidding?
seen anyone making that argument that AC is like the devil. You
Sorry,
need to get
must
rid of
not
it.
be.
You
must not be
run around
interacting
in
with any
European
Europeans.
circles. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Europeans
absolutely do.
hate your way of life. They absolutely fucking hate it. And you can't even really blame them because it's just jealousy. I mean, imagine this. You're German. Okay, winter is coming around. Gas prices are rising. What does your government say? Well, kind of just get used to cold showers. Are you cold in your home? Well, have you tried wearing a jacket inside? And then summer comes around. Well, just open windows or don't be home. That's literally the official government advice to like Europeans on how to cope with extreme weather. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Americans just chill inside with AC. Of course, they're gonna be fucking pissed at you guys.
See, I
It's
do
really
hear
dumb.
that. I do hear that out. I do understand that, but I also think it might just be a cultural tolerance as well. Because wasn't there a marathon in the UK that they wanted to cancel due to grueling, unbearable conditions, and it's because it was like 85 degrees Fahrenheit outside,
I feel like I
which is just
vaguely
like
remember what you're
nothing.
talking about.
Yeah. Comparatively to
Sure.
American marathons, there are marathons they run in the fucking desert in like 100-something degree heat. Like that's nothing.
And absolutely, part of it does come down to a cultural thing. Like they're just not used to the temperature. Like they don't get it as often as we do in America and Australia. So of course, when like a heat wave like this comes around, or anything above like 20 degrees Celsius, of course they're not used to it.
Yeah, I mean, now they have choice. Get used to it. Build stuff. Build some infrastructure that supports this heat and you not dying under
Dude,
it.
every single like, you know, apartment that I've been in like 4 while I'm here. They're all so fucking old. The infrastructure here is so old. It's so old. It's like 300 years old. I'm like going upstairs that are all like wonky and I feel like I'm gonna fall down them. The shower is like a
Welcome to Europe.
small.
And Jackson, knowing England, if you say that, they'll say, "Oh, that's the old wonky stairs."
Yeah.
Yeah. They're okay with it. They'll embrace it.
Yeah, it's national heritage. It's on the list. Yeah, like the shower. There was a shower in the last place that was like, it's one of those shower baths, you know, like the it's a shower in a bath, you know. And the drain was just all rusted and like wouldn't drain properly. So I was having a shower in there and the bath was just filling up. So I was standing in like ankle high water having a shower.
Not just Drano that you need. That's not infrastructure.
Well, that's not my responsibility. And plus, it's probably not
that's
just
true.
drainer. It's probably just bad pipes. This was like an actual like 4-star hotel or whatever, like highly rated and stuff like that.
Jesus.
Wow.
So pretty common. And yeah, the shower itself was like tiny, just room enough for me to stand. Basically, it's like, is this common here? I'm not sure. I guess it's. I can only speak on the situations that I've been in, but they've all been pretty, like, old, like 300-year-old buildings, basically, which is great to look at, but not so much to live in for a day, you know, to sleep in or stay in.
Yeah, they could at least renovate the insides.
Yeah,
It should look the way it does from the outside. They're very pretty buildings. You know, much
No, they're
better than the
beautiful.
concrete and steel glass piles that we have today.
yeah.
That's all just modern garbage, but give it some insulation and shit.
I got a lot of shit last episode for speaking ill of England so vehemently.
So according to you, each and every one of us got a lot of shit last episode.
Surprisingly, everyone but Kaya, yeah. So
What?
yeah, it was like
I
upside
believe.
down world. No, I'm serious. It was like
Did
opposite
you guys
day
cut
for
me
a
out of the
second.
episode?
Guy's mic was muted. Yeah.
So I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of shit last week for saying England was bad. But what people don't understand is I was only there for like a day and a half at that point, and I had already like injured myself. I had already like had some like just bad experiences, and I had only really been in London. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't have just like broad stroke labeled all of England as bad.
Yeah. Why are you
Yeah.
Why are you listening to them at all? Why are you even
No,
for
I'm not-
1 millisecond
Hey.
considering their opinions? That's stupid.
No.
Don't do that.
I'm not apologizing. I still agree with my previous statement that I made. I'm just providing further clarification that there are some nice places in England. I have visited some nice places since then, like Bath and Stroud, and there's just some like extremely beautiful buildings and stuff. Not to live in, still bad, English bad, England bad.
you don't have to like it. You can be like, hey, I like this part, but overall I don't like this place or this trip. That's fine.
Yeah, and I still 100% agree with my previous statement that anyone who chooses to live in a city is a fucking idiot / fool, and you're in denial. Leave the cities and find out how much nicer life can be outside. Basically, I know some people are forced to live in cities, but at least stop pretending to yourself that it's good in the cities. It's not. Yeah, apart from that, England shit, but also nice. All right, I'm sitting on the fence now.
Jackson hop back
we'll
up.
get better soon.
Got his little step ladder.
Yeah, no, I went into a cathedral the other day that had been built in the year like 67, and it kind of just hit me like, holy shit, this thing was constructed 2,000 years ago, and I'm standing inside it.
That's like a life-changing experience, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually
pretty
nuts. It is beyond nuts. Like the cathedrals themselves are just so fucking enormous. It kind of made me believe in God for a second. I was like, okay, I get what this shit's about now. This is fucking beautiful. But then I went outside and there was a homeless person taking a shit on the street right in front of it. I was like, oh yeah,
Fuck yeah.
now we're back.
Classic.
We're not so different after all. The States and the old UK.
Did you bring him some toilet paper or ask if he was all right? No?
He probably unplugged his mic again by accident.
Yeah, it sounds like he fucking died off camera.
Are you okay, Jackson?
Yeah, it's just the internet here. I'm currently in rural UK, so it's just cutting in and out.
So that was my next question. With the internet, you said the infrastructure is not built for AC and all that shit. Is it built for internet? Like, do you just have your Wi-Fi getting blocked by walls constantly?
Yeah, I've only been using like the hotel Wi-Fi as such, so I'm not sure if this is like a actual thing that people usually deal with in Britain if they've got like good home internet, but it hasn't been great traveling around. Like, I'm constantly losing connection. The connection quality isn't great. My cell signal's constantly going out, stuff like that. So that's been an issue as well, yeah.
If you listening live in England or London, do us a favor and tell us why. Because based on what Jackson said, this sounds miserable.
It's not like they have any choice. It's not like they can just leave.
Why not? They can move.
That's
They
true.
all get on their boats and just leave. Where to?
I don't know. Maybe America, the greatest country on earth.
Yeah. The food's been really nice. I'll give them that.
You are such a weirdo torpedo. That is unanimously the biggest complaint of tourists that go to England. They always say the food is terrible.
No, they say, rightfully so, they say English food is terrible. But there's so many different cuisines here, like actually good cuisines.
So
like
you're
French.
not eating
That's not
English
to their
food.
credit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm eating it in England, though. There's good
That doesn't
restaurants.
count. Like, if you go to a kebab shop, that's not England's
It
achievement.
absolutely
Actually, you went to
does
McDonald's
count.
and said, "Oh, this is delectable. You call this a Big Mac? Oh, that's incredibly clever." Wow.
Ooh, American cuisine, delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you
I've never
tried
had this
traditional English meals like bangers and mash and shit like that?
Well, again, that's like Australian food. I have that all the time. So
Is it like Australian food? Bangers and
What-
mash?
we are an offshoot of Britain, so we took their cuisine basically and made it our own.
Oh, I get you.
So yeah, bangers and mash is common.
I imagine it would be different there because it is like their
No.
cuisine.
Did you have fish and chips?
Yeah, honestly, fish and chips, bangers and mash, bacon and eggs, all those things that are like seen as American, we have pretty commonly in Australia. There was one thing, Britain seems to have a fascination with something called pudding or something, like black pudding.
Blood pudding?
Yeah.
Blood pudding, yeah. I've never heard of it or seen it until I've been in Britain. And what I understand is it's like blood that's just fried, right? Or something like that.
That sounds awful.
Let's see.
Well, it's not.
Blood
It's not a
sausage.
dessert, is it? It's a sausage, right?
No, it's something you have with breakfast, like
Yeah,
bacon
it's a
and eggs,
sausage.
and then
Yeah.
well, I don't know.
It
what
is made
but-
from pork or beef blood with pork fat or beef suet. Suet? I don't know what that means. Is the raw hard fat of beef. Oh. And a
it's-
cereal, usually oatmeal, oat grounds, or barley. So it's like cereal with coagulated blood.
Fuck yeah.
See, this is so
English
That
cuisine.
sounds kind
at
of
its
metal,
finest.
actually.
That sounds fucking terrible. Have you had spotted dick?
Huh?
What?
Spotted dick.
Before or after your trip, Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah, ever have dick?
I double checked. It's a traditional British steamed pudding.
No.
I'll take a note of that spotted dick then, I guess.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. See, that's the British people can't really fucking speak shit about other people's cuisine when they're eating spotted dick for breakfast.
Have you had toad in the hole?
Oh my god.
That is apparently.
Wait. Is that egg within bread, like toast?
Yeah, close. It's sausages baked within pudding batter, served with a gravy and vegetables.
Yeah, no, I haven't had that. I was thinking of something
This is
different, I think.
delectable, by the way. My tummy's rumbling hearing these. Mm-mm. Oh, yeah.
Dick looked pretty cool.
Yeah, British food not so great, but all the other like
Jackson, did you have Bubble and Squeak?
God, these names are fucking.
I'm not making this
What about
up.
jellied eels? Did you have jellied eels?
Did you say Bubble and Squeak?
Bubble and Squeak. Yeah.
That's
the name.
another thing that's common in Australia. My dad eats that all the time.
Darn. You guys eat like Harry Potter characters.
Yeah, like we don't have like French or Italian restaurants over in Australia. All we have is like Japanese restaurants, basically. So whenever I like, that was probably the biggest cuisine change coming over to England, is just like actually good European food, but not UK food.
Well, you should do a vlog diary, travel diary, where you eat all of their dishes and do a ranking list.
You actually
you
should
leave.
do that. That would be really hype.
Be fun.
This holiday is already like bad enough as it is. I don't want to get like food poisoning or like depression.
At least make some fat fucking cash off of it, Jackson. Put some videos up and monetize them.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. The world
Are you, like,
only
technically
cares
under
about
the-
money.
Oh man, I was gonna say, like, you as an Australian, you're already under the jurisdiction of the Queen and the King, aren't you? Like, if you talk shit about the Nutcrackers, isn't that illegal for you or something?
Were you talking to me then?
Yeah, because you're
What'd you
Australian.
What'd you say?
Are you deafened?
No,
I'm asking, like, isn't it?
He keeps disconnecting me.
I'm not disconnecting you. I'm asking, weren't Australians getting in trouble for talking shit about the Queen or something just last year? Wasn't that
Were
a
they?
thing?
No,
I think so.
no, they don't have that many. They don't have that much direct power over us anymore. Like, we're pretty independent. We just have to swear
Maybe I'm
fealty
thinking
to
of someone else.
them still.
Okay. Never mind then.
I don't know how the fucking government and royal family works in Australia, but from what I understand, like, we have our government, and then the king or the queen previously basically sends their envoy over, and that person sits at the very top and is. I think it's just ceremonial now, but it used to be like every decision had to run by them first.
You've disconnected, Jackson.
While Jackson figures out how to operate the internet in London, they got it just last year, we can talk about how you listening can use a Harry's razor. Is that okay, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have a lot of hair.
Yes, we are hairy men, the four of us. You can hear it in our deep, booming voices. We are strong, hairy men. And when we shave, we use Harry's. It's a convenient way to remember what you use to shave all that hair off. Oh, it's Harry's. It is for my hair. Let me tell you something. We have had Harry's as a sponsor on this podcast for a very, very long time. Maybe the longest running, if not one of. And it's just because those razors are so gosh dang viable. You just pop them on, you replace them whenever they need to be replaced, they snap right on the handle, and you shave as you need to shave. And if you've never done it before, you can experience their sleekest handle yet with their craft handle starter set for just $10, which is normally a $17 value. It's going to include the craft handle 5-blade German engineered razor cartridge, shaving gel, and a travel cover. You can reschedule replacement blades delivered right to your house for as low as $2 for a refill. Harry's isn't just selling razors and all the things that go with them, by the way. They are going to step up your entire daily routine with body washers, hydrating lotions, post-shave balm, shaving creams, etc., etc., etc. However you like to make I almost said your smelf. However you like to make yourself look and smell good in the morning, Harry's is going to have you covered. They're also offering a no-risk trial, so if you don't like it somehow, well, they're going to cover that cost for you. Elevate your shave with the latest and greatest in Harry's razor handle lineup today. Get your $17 craft handle starter set for just $10 at harrys.com/official. That's spelled HARRYS.com/official. Now that you are a clean, shaven, handsome, presentable, lovely little man and or boy and or it really doesn't matter, anyone can shave, whoever you are, you're going to want to make sure that you don't look like shit physically. You're all cleaned up, but are you strong? Are you in good shape? Can you run a marathon in weather over 83 degrees without complaining and whining and crying? Well, Fitbod is going to help you get there. It is an app that happens on your phone or wherever and says, hey man, today you should work legs. And then you inexperienced gym forgoer, say, well, I don't know what that entails. And Fitbod will say, well, do this and then do that and then do this workout and do that. But then you, the meek little mousy person that you are, will say, well, I don't have the gym equipment for that. And it'll say, hey, no, I got you. It's okay. You don't need equipment. I can give you body weight routines and at-home fitness that will cover every one of your fitness needs. And then whatever scenario you want to enact where you make another excuse to work out will happen, but Fitbod will always have the answer and motivation for you because it will create a custom workout based entirely on your personal goals, experience, available equipment, and more. It will help you build your fitness habit and stay consistent with it all summer long. You can keep your gym session fresh by mixing up your workouts so you don't get bored, and you can track your progress to see just how large, strong, and handsome you are getting. Every official boy works out. I have used Fitbod for a good while now. I really like that if you have a workout you don't feel like doing, it'll give you like 4 or 5 suggestions for a different one to do. It's super convenient. Whenever you are in your fitness journey, get the most out of every workout with Fitbod. Get 20% off your subscription at fitbod.me/official, fitbod.me/official. Now that you are large and strong, and now that you are clean-shaven and look good, you need to take care of the third primary function of a human body: sleep. That's all humans do. They shave, they work out, and they go to sleep. And if you're sleeping on, I don't know, a pile of straw, a bag of rocks, something that you've had for 30 years, like your parents gave it to you, don't do that. Sleep makes up a third of your day, and you're really just going to skimp out and get something shitty? That's terrible. Don't do that. Get a Helix mattress. Helix offers 20 unique mattresses, including the award-winning Luxe Collection, the newly released Helix Elite Collection, and mattresses designed for big and tall people. They will find whatever the heck kind of mattress you want to be sleeping on at night. And they know that the only way to test out a new mattress is by sleeping on it in your own home, which is why they will give you a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out that mattress and do whatever you've got to do in or with it. Everybody is unique, which is why Helix has all sorts of different models to fit your style. They've also got memory foam layers and more responsive foam layers to help cradle and support your body. They are going to give you whatever you could possibly imagine in the bedroom aside from a girlfriend. And if you're adventurous, maybe it'll fill that role too. You will now be able to get 20% off of your order by checking out helixsleep.com/official. But 20% is probably not good for you, you picky little boys out there. Well, you're also going to get 2 free pillows just for using that link. This is their best offer yet and will not last long. With Helix, better sleep will start now. Go to helixsleep.com/official That's helixsleep.com/official for 20% off of all mattress orders and 2 free pillows.
Awesome.
Mhm. Thank you.
Do you
I see
guys?
Jackson is back.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know how long I'll be back for. So if I just disconnect again, just you guys go wild. Make up time without me. Do you guys specifically think that you would get sick more often if you guys went outside more? I actually.
No.
Yeah, I go
But are
outside
you-
a lot too now.
Are you around other people a lot though? Like
Yes.
different people?
Yes.
All right, never mind. Good for you guys, I guess.
Have you been stewing on this for the duration you've been disconnected?
Yeah, because I'm actually thinking about it. I did get COVID, then I got influenza A, and now I have something again, all in the span of like what, 8 months maybe?
You might just have a soft and supple, shitty body.
Maybe. But before that, I barely ever got sick. Like I barely ever picked up other people's like sicknesses, and now it's happening constantly. I'm like a magnet. I don't know.
I don't know. What
Were
changed?
you sick a lot as a child?
No, not really. No, not at all.
Maybe you
Did
Is that
didn't
bad?
build
moved into a
immunity.
new house, right? What if it's haunted or something?
Oh yeah. Wait, I built that house. I built it on a burial grounds or something.
Yeah, maybe.
No. That was a cool thing in this recent city that I went to, Bath, in England. One of the places that I visited during the day, there was this giant plaque at the front or inscription in the cement of the building that said that it was a haunted building, and there was a woman that would be seen often in a grey dress floating through the hallways, and it was like a restaurant or whatever. And I doubt it. I doubt it. It looked like a hotspot. It looked like a trendy place. I bet they just hire like a woman to dress up sometimes to like scare people. Maybe it's like a tourist trap.
Saying somewhere is haunted is one of the easiest
Yeah.
ways to drum up business.
Exactly.
If
yeah.
you own
That's
a
what I'm
bed and
thinking.
breakfast out there and you're just not getting customers, just say that a little girl died in it in the 60s and you will have hundreds and hundreds of customers a week. Like, people eat that shit up.
Well, wait. Are you saying there's
Unless
a
you're a
ghost? Or are you just saying
realtor.
she just died?
No,
Yeah. If it's
all you need is a story. All you need is a story. Oh, she died here and we hear things. Oh, we think we saw her one night walking the hallways. Like, it literally doesn't matter. As long as you say, oh, something spooky happened here, people eat
Absolutely.
that shit up.
yeah, I was like when me and my girlfriend read that, I was like, hey, you want to eat here? Like, it worked on me. That sounded like fun. I wanted to be haunted.
Like a ghost zoo.
Yeah.
Isn't that a
smart.
thing? Is that a movie myth that I've only seen where like the realtor has to disclose that someone killed themselves in a home before they sell it or something?
Do you have to disclose that?
I don't know. Is that fake?
No, I think you probably do, right? Because you have to give like a buyer history or something.
I think it's extended beyond that. I think if there's a major crime that happens, like if it was also a drug lab, you have to disclose that.
Well, that one I get, because if it like people cooked illegal substances, there could be like poison in the walls or something. But if somebody blew their brains out, I don't
it's
see
not
how
like-
that pertains.
It's not like you're suddenly going to blow your brains out as well through just the act of being in a suicidal house. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, I guess if it helps with the negotiation, I really wouldn't mind buying a suicide home. What do I care?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah,
for
you
your
don't care
apartments.
when plates start breaking and shit, then you'll be really upset at yourself.
It's always such a funky phenomenon to me that people believe in that shit, because it completely discredits the idea that thousands and thousands of people have died in that spot over the course of history. It's only the recent one they care about.
Yeah, it's never like a ghost from like thousands of years ago.
Yeah,
Or like a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex ghost or something.
I'm pretty sure I heard our friend of the podcast, Zach, Psychic Pebbles, talk about this on like a show or something once, where he mentioned, why the fuck do you never see a caveman ghost?
Yeah.
Because think how many cavemen died in that spot compared to like, a 20th century girl. You know what I mean?
Well, is it just a numbers game? Maybe there weren't many cavemen. Like cavemen, I think they were pretty low population, right?
Yeah, plus if the
bound to
caveman
haunt
did
something.
die there, he's probably not going to be mad about it. He wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Why would a
He's okay
caveman
with
be
it.
mad at like people
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of years in the future? I wouldn't be. I don't know.
Maybe
those
he
people.
haunted his caveman friends.
Why would a Victorian era girl from the 1800s be pissed at me?
Because she just
Yeah,
can't
that
fucking
too.
move on.
But the caveman might not be able to move on. He's like, oh, that tiger got me.
He doesn't have a concept of moving on.
Yeah, exactly. He can't even process the idea of moving on.
Do you think he's just like swinging a ghost club at my head every night? I just can't feel it. He's
Trying-
going.
Trying fruitlessly to kill you for all eternity. Well, let's go a little closer then. Why is it always an 1800s or early 1900s like small child or old woman?
That's what sells the best.
Exactly. Why is it never
They
like
look creepy.
a year 700 peasant or something if you're in England?
Because even when they're dead, they're still not well respected enough to get the ghost rights. I have no idea, man.
Yeah. It's all dumb. It's all super dumb.
To be fair, it would be way scared. I feel like I'd be way more scared of the caveman ghost than a small little Victorian, toddler or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freak me the
I don't know,
fuck
a
out.
cat would be creepier, I feel like.
I wish ghosts were real.
Why?
According to the AI, by the way, this is a real thing in many jurisdictions. They have to legally disclose if somebody killed themselves.
I think
Death
it
on the
makes sense.
property.
Do they have to legally disclose if a place is haunted?
It doesn't specifically say haunted. Yeah, that's also how it's not like they have legal paperwork that says we inspected it and it's haunted.
Oh, come on. They should do, like with the church or whatever. You can't. It's not a subjective thing. You're objectively either haunted or not, and you have to get the approval of the chief
What's the
exorcist
measurements?
or
What's
whatever.
the test?
He got scared real good one night. The guy that they sent to inspect it. They heard a noise. I don't know. But it can't just be nothing.
I think it can be nothing in many cases. California is an example of such a state where they have to disclose if a death occurred in the past 3 years. Does that also include like peacefully dying in your sleep, I wonder?
I would hope, because it's kind of the same result. Someone died in the house.
I thought it was always described that hauntings were the act of like an angry death, basically, like something with a lot of emotion that that keeps the corpse or the ghost tied to like the corporeal world. So if there's a peaceful death, I don't think you have anything tying you to the world. You never see like a friendly ghost or anything, right?
There's Casper the Friendly Ghost, you fucko.
That's not real life, you
Idiot.
fuckheads.
Ghosts
No,
are real life, Jackson.
That's not a documentary.
None of this is real. Surprise.
There was never any friendly ghosts on Zach Bagans' Ghost Adventures. Not once. They always scratched him and shit.
Danny Phantom is a good guy.
No one gave him a high
Yeah,
five.
Danny Phantom was a super cool ghost. His whole job was to fight the bad ghosts.
All right, now we're in the made-up world of cartoons. Can we please
that's
try to
right,
act a bit
yeah.
grounded?
Yeah, let's keep it realistic.
Casper was also a cartoon, wasn't he?
They had live action
Yeah.
for Casper too, I think.
They did. They had that 3D animated movie. Or rather, that live action with 3D animation movie.
Speaking of bygone relics of a previous era, have you guys watched the new Transformers movie?
I did.
Mm-mm.
No.
I haven't seen it. Kaya, Andrew haven't seen it either. But I did read that there's a cameo at the end, and it made me laugh reading it. Can you confirm that G.I. Joe shows up in some capacity?
That's kind of a big spoiler. I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of the G.I. Joe.
That sounds
Do you
fucking
think people
awesome.
actually care about that spoiler? Come on, they're fucking movies designed to sell
No.
toys.
Oh, Jackson, don't you hearken that beast. I got a lot of shit for spoiling Cocaine Bear a few episodes ago.
God, I know. Christ, and that movie's
Yeah,
trash.
absolutely embarrassing people. So if you're earlier in the episode worried about their complaints, don't you dare say people don't care about Transformers.
Well, I know they care about it. I just didn't know that they cared about the spoilers. It's like the
Oh,
same
they
movie
do.
every single time. It's the same movie every single time.
Do kids these days even know who G.I. Joe is?
No, I don't. But I'm not even a kid.
Wait, didn't they have two other... Oh, I just remembering. Didn't they have G.I. Joe movies?
Yeah, Snake Eyes, right?
Yeah. Well, he's a character, I think.
Oh, well, it was a
Yeah.
movie though. I know nothing
Yeah.
about GI Joe. He's like a commando, right, or something like
Yeah.
a super American commando.
Well, it's not a person; it's a team.
Oh, so there's no Joe?
I mean, not that I recall. I don't think there's just like a central Joe.
Oh wait, this is way more confusing then. I thought there was like one guy with like an army beret, and his name was GI Joe.
So the original G.I. Joe was a toy that you could buy in like the 60s. And
Okay.
it was just a series of military men. Like there was the army guy, there was the navy guy, there was the fucking marine, etc. And they were just made to be generic army soldiers that kids could play with. And then I think in the 80s it evolved into the cartoon and thing it is now, where it's like a giant team of superhuman soldiers doing wacky shit.
So there is a dude with a beret.
Well, there's a
Sure.
whole bunch of dudes, but G.I. Joe is not about like one guy and his sidekicks. It's about a whole team of super soldiers.
So anyway, is the cameo like a GI Joe transformer? Is he a robot now? What's happening,
Spoilers.
Charlie?
It's a division. It's the GI Joe division.
So they just name drop
Okay.
it.
So are they like creating the Transformers extended universe now, or what's happening with these crossovers?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. That it's gonna be kind of a new universe here.
It's all Mattel, right? Mattel owns it all. Is it Mattel?
It is a toy company. Transformers and
Hasbro?
G.I. Joe started as
It's Hasbro. It's
Yeah.
Hasbro. Yeah,
It's
you're
Hasbro.
right.
Transformers is
Yeah.
Hasbro. I don't know GI Joe. Hasbro owns almost everything. Like
Yeah, does
man-child
Hasbro own
hobby
My
you can
Little
think
Pony?
of.
Hasbro does
It
own My
does.
Little Pony, yes.
Oh my god, is there going to be a crossover?
Hasbro also is the parent company that owns Magic the Gathering as well, I believe.
Holy shit.
Jackson, there
Yeah.
already is a Transformers My Little Pony crossover. They have a whole animated movie, I believe. Yes.
No, but I'm talking like the big Baymax.
The live
Michael
action
Bay
Michael
movies.
Bay
Yeah,
crossover. I don't know.
I
Maybe.
want to see that, like CGI
Ew, how they-
ponies.
Ugh.
Oh my god, that'd be so fucking awesome. That might
Mm-hmm.
that would bring bronies back into the limelight.
They apparently also own Peppa Pig. That's what I want to see.
Oh, that's a
The
big one
crossover
then.
for.
Yeah. They own a huge selection of large-scale toy lines
You never see any new toys made.
because it's all digital now.
And
Yeah.
because you're not a child, I'm sure there's plenty, actually. When's the last time you played with a toy? Or run to Toys R Us?
I could be persuaded.
Doesn't Hasbro also own Dungeons and Dragons? That just had a movie.
You just said that, didn't you?
No, I said Magic the Gathering.
Oh, well then, yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
So they could be planning something. They could be bringing everything together.
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'm ready,
clearly they are.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
So speaking, oh, go ahead, Charlie.
That wasn't me.
I think you said all right. Either way, okay, whatever. Speaking of Jackson being in London on his incredible London vacation,
I'm not in London anymore.
you get what I mean. It's pretty related.
I was never in London.
It's pretty related, but as of yesterday, I have finally now seen every Harry Potter.
Ah.
Yeah. And I have to say, I have to fucking say it. The last part 7, the final movie, is pretty fucking good.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Christ,
I liked
here
it.
we go.
All right, we're about to get into nerdy territory and spoilers. Andrew, they killed like 5 very important characters off screen.
Such as?
Mad Eye Moody, one of the Weasley brothers. What's his name? Rasmus?
Yeah, he's very important. You don't even know his name.
Well, he knew 2 of them. Yeah,
That's
he
true.
knew.
Okay.
I never that complaint about you mustn't feel attached to this character because you don't fucking remember their name. You did this for Rogue One, and yeah, that was a valid point back then. But it's not valid in any other cases because names are hard to remember, especially like sci-fi names or Harry Potter names. That's not a valid criticism. Like you don't remember the name, therefore you don't care about
no,
it.
I'm
I don't agree
not.
with that.
I'm just making a joke.
I just think all of Deathly Hallows was such a fucking letdown. They just kill all of these major characters off screen.
Okay.
I think that's such a disservice.
Listen, I can give you that. I can concede that. I think the first part of Deathly Hallows is awful. It's fucking boring, sluggish garbage. Absolutely terrible. But the second part, things never stop. The plot just never stops happening, which is the biggest complaint I had of the series. Like in part 4, you have the Goblet of Fire tournament, but every other event is featured like with a whole entire group of parts of the movie of them just having teenage drama and catty little bratty fights and silent talking, and it's boring.
You need those character moments to care about the characters,
but
right?
they're poorly written and they're not authentic. It feels like they're fighting just for the sake of having a subplot rather than actual like Ron has been, we talked about that one in depth, but Ron has been like Harry's confidant and supporter the entire time. And anytime something incredible happens to Harry, Ron's like, oh, good going, Harry. You're the fucking best. You can do it. I'm scared because I'm Ron, but you're not. Good. I love you, Harry. But then when Harry's name's in the Goblet of Fire, he's literally like, why is Harry in the Goblet of Fire, not me? Why is he in the goblet, not me? Which is not what Ron would ever do. It doesn't make any sense. So in part 7, part 1, which, yeah, I guess that's what it's called, it's nothing but them hiding in the woods and just talking about shit and just like running away. And it's not good. It's just really, really not fucking good. I barely remember it. But the second part, the plot never stops. They establish Voldemort is fucking coming and he's going to fuck up the wizard school and kill Harry and do all this shit. And it happens. Everything that they set up fucking culminates. Everything just keeps going. And I really liked it. Yeah, there's probably issues specifically like such as some characters do die off screen. I do distinctly remember there's one character from the movies who when she dies, they just show her body on the floor for literally 2 seconds and then cut away and she's never mentioned again. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dumb. But in terms of the grand plot, the whole overarching story, it's the only movie that went dark and felt like it deserved to be. And not just like edgy teenage angst bullshit.
Why did Voldemort suck at his job, though? Like, why did all the Death Eaters fucking suck ass? They had, like, cheat mode activated by being able to use forbidden spells, and they still didn't fucking win.
True.
It's just not very good.
Yeah.
Plot armor.
I just wanted to double check all of the major characters that died off screen. There's a whole list of them here, but the biggest ones: Mad-Eye Moody, Peter Pettigrew, Fred Weasley, that was the Weasley, Nymphadora Tonks, and Remus were the biggest ones killed off screen in the film.
I don't think Fred Weasley died off screen because there's a scene where the Weasleys are having like a funeral in a shelter and the mom's crying and they're putting a blanket over one of their kids.
They just established he's dead. That is the definition of dying off screen. You didn't even see the fight or who killed him.
But you see that he died.
That's what? Yeah, well, you also see the other ones die. That's how you know they're dead, but you didn't see them die. It's the definition of being killed off screen. It's like any example ever. The Superman just died, but here's his funeral. Well, how did he die? Well, he just died over there.
Yeah, killed off screen doesn't mean you never find out that they died.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but I didn't ever really think about that. And I think that's more of like a Harry Potter superfan complaint, where it's like, well, what about Mad-Eye Moody?
Okay, John Wick. Let's take John Wick. If let's go ahead and say John Wick died. Like everything plays out the same. You see him like collapse on the stairs, but you never saw the duel that led there. Would you feel satisfied?
That's totally different because that's the main character of the entire series.
Whereas any other character, the same. Any other character.
Whereas at no point watching the movie did I think, oh shit, what's Mad-Eye Moody doing right now?
The guy that owned the hotel, right?
Jackson.
The Continental, yeah. You could take him, for example, too. Let's just go ahead and say, like, instead of showing you him getting shot, let's just say he's like, yeah, he's dead now. Would you be like, oh, okay, that's good?
I don't know, because they saw his concierge getting, spoiler alert, his concierge getting shot, and that kind of pissed me off right away, killing him off in the beginning of the movie.
They show him dying. Would it be better if they just said, like, he got shot?
No, I'm glad that they didn't just edit him out of the movie, even though they obviously could have. He had like a 2-second role in the entire film. Yeah, I get your point.
Let's concede that point, because while I was watching the movie, at no point did that bother me. I never was like, oh, what's Fred Weasley doing? Is he okay? Like, that never happened in my brain at all. What else is wrong with the movie, in your opinion?
Oh, not much. I just think that's by far the biggest complaint.
Well, it's just funny because I told you I liked it, and you're like, what? How could
Well,
you?
yeah, I just think that's an unforgivable thing to kill. Like, fucking Nymphadora Tonks and Remus Lupin were literally like two of the most important side characters throughout like the fucking Order of Phoenix and whatever the next one was.
All right, let me answer that statement with my thoughts. I literally have no idea who either of those two people are.
Yeah, they aren't really explored a massive
I have
amount in
zero
the-
idea.
Remus was huge in Prisoner of Azkaban. He's the werewolf.
Oh, is he?
Oh, the sickly looking
No,
guy.
he's not killed off screen. Harry talks to his ghost. And they find
Andrew, he is literally killed off screen. It's just he's dead is all. Like it's like
okay,
he's
let me
dead.
okay, I see what I see what the problem is. You very specifically need to be shown explicitly how they die.
No, he finds it satisfying
Yes,
to
that's
see them die.
that's the definition of on screen.
I don't need that when the movie gives the emotional weight to it, because he does die off screen, but then they show him in a shelter and he looks over his corpse, and later in the movie his ghost shows up and he's like, Harry, I will always be with you. You still get the emotional weight of the moment. You don't need explicitly to show, and then someone caved his fucking skull in with a big stone rock. Like,
Sometimes it can also be more impactful when there's so many deaths you can't see them all as well. Like, I assume, I can't remember, but do all these deaths happen during like the final battle at Hogwarts when a lot is going
Mad-Eye
on?
Moody's death happens at the beginning of part 1. He's just here, another question. Andrew, did you know Hedwig died?
which one's Hedrick?
Okay, nice. So Mad-Eye Movie died at the beginning of Deathly Hallows Part 1 when they're on the broom, and it looks like he just got like very, very generously grazed. Like his broom
come
gets
on.
shot down, and he
Okay,
gets knocked off his
part one
broom.
is bad. I agreed with you. Part 1 of part 7 is bad. I hated it, but I liked the last
But wait,
one.
that goes against Charlie's point. He did get shot down, like he got jet struck. He went off his broom while he was flying. And Hedwig also did get shot down as well. You see him get zapped. You see both of them die.
Okay, fair, but that's you don't. For example, you didn't even know Mad-Eye Movie would like died from that. It didn't seem like something he
Because you
should have
can't see
died
his
from.
face. You can't
Because
like,
you don't actually get to see him like in. You don't get to see or have this closure to the character at all.
So I think the difference for me is I was not particularly invested in specific characters. I was invested in the overall plots. What's happening? What is the adventure? What's going on? Like if Mad-Eye Moody
okay, but
was
if they told
was-
you,
Go ahead.
if like Ron died off screen and they just presented his death as, yeah, he's gone now. Like they wrote out a character out of a soap opera.
I
Because he
think
didn't
you
wanna renew
guys are
his
giving
contract.
a
That's not the
lot
same
more
thing.
weight
That's not
to
the
these
same thing.
characters than they carry. Ron, Harry, and Hermione are like the series. If that happened to one of them, it'd be like, wow, this is fucking atrocious writing. But Mad-Eye Mooney, as far as I remember for the fucking movies, he's in like 1.5 out of 8 movies.
Yeah, but he does play a massive part in the
Yeah.
movie.
But
that
in
he's
the
The other
Goblet
characters are
in the
still
Goblet of
big,
Fire,
like
he doesn't
Snape
because
and-
he's being fucking impersonated by David Tennant. So he's in like half of a movie.
Doesn't make the character's presence any lesser just because it's not the real Mad-Eye Moody
I'm
for all
aware.
intents and purposes. It's still
And
Mad-Eye Moody.
I agree with you on that. I totally agree that if you are invested in those characters or you read the books or that's super like important to you, yeah, that sucks and that's stupid. But as someone who's watching these for the larger plot structure and what's happening, and I don't remember the characters' names because I know who they are, I just don't remember their name. If they show up on screen, I go, oh, it's that guy. Oh, it's the weirdo chick, Luna Lovegood. She says weird prophetic shit. Oh, it's the potions class guy. Okay, cool.
So then what about Fred Weasley? He was a pretty big part for, I mean, he was in every movie. He wasn't like the biggest part, but he literally gave Harry the map thing.
Yeah, he's one of the twins, right?
Yeah, he's one of the twins.
I'm pretty sure there's a scene where the Weasley... So, look, yes, we just had that argument. I don't care if I see them explicitly get killed on screen. If the
You're still
movie-
satisfied if they just say he's dead?
Because the movie assigns the emotional weight. When you get to the shelter and you see the Weasley family, they're fucking distraught and losing their
Yeah,
minds.
no, I agree. It's
Not
kind of
good
like
enough.
a plot. It's like a plot twist death. Like it comes out of left field. So you get the
It's a
emotional
twist.
punch.
You don't have to see it. You feel the shock when Harry does. You go, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, wait, Fred's dead. Why is his family crying? Oh, my God. I can't believe that happened.
It made the war feel more powerful as well. Like people were dying without Harry necessarily like
Yeah.
seeing it. so there was more, stakes.
It's so
I think
stupid.
the only
It's not.
I'm with Charlie.
It was a
I want
war.
I want a full Mortal Kombat X-ray death scene fatality for every character.
Well, there's the
getting killed
difference.
It doesn't even need to be anything big, but like at least show their last moments. This is a character that's been in the series the entire way, and you're just writing him out like, oh, he's dead off screen. Like that's dumb. That's not satisfying. That's a really unfulfilling conclusion to an entire character.
I mean, is it that
had
way
a
in the
big role.
books? Is it that way in the books where you turn the page and the next chapter begins with character dead now? Everyone's crying. What happened in between? Nobody knows.
I don't know, but I assume that it did.
I have no idea. I didn't read.
But that's also not the case for the majority of characters. The majority of people you do see die on screen, or what happens to them.
And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, and this being the biggest thing that they fumbled.
Yeah, I'll concede if that's how you approached it and what's important to you, then that sucks. But I never saw it as an issue. It never bothered me. Because
I just feel like that
plot
exact
kept
thing
going.
is something that would bother you in other films.
Potentially, but it's because there would have to be more weight to them. I think why Harry Potter gets away with it is because there are 100 unique characters.
Yeah, exactly.
And
yeah,
at a
so
certain
many.
point, I literally can't give a shit about all of them.
And it's a massive war at the end. There's so many different little mini battles happening.
I'll give you another example. Game of Thrones. Big name characters in Game of Thrones died unceremoniously all the fucking time.
Never off screen. Even Robert Baratheon's death was just the most unceremonious death ever. Was still an on-screen death. You knew everything that happens. You got his last moments. You got that character closure to arguably the most important moment of the show. That wasn't an off-screen death. It was just very unceremonious.
I suppose. I don't think it has to explicitly be shown if the writing can carry the emotional weight.
Yeah, but I don't know why you keep saying that. The emotional weight, I'm reading the Fred Weasley part just to make sure I remembered it. They didn't even reveal that he was in a perilous situation. He's seen fighting alongside his friends, and his actual death isn't revealed until Harry sees his family crying over a body in the Great Hall. And that is the only scene they give to Fred. How is that carrying the emotional weight if it's just one single scene at the very end of that battle? And then it moves on to the next one, which was Nymphadora, Tonks, and Remus, whose corpses are lying next to each other. That's not giving emotional weight or character closure.
I'm guessing
their deaths happen off screen and there's just nothing there.
I'm saying more for example, Remus, when at the end Harry talks to his ghost and all the ghosts of his family. That carries that weight. Yeah, Fred, they probably botched it. Sure, I'll concede that. But Remus, for example, I don't think they did. Because yes, he does die off screen and there's a kind of, oh shit, he's dead. But later in the movie, he has his here's my closure moment. You still get it.
I don't think they botched the Weasley thing either, though, because you see his family crying over his body. You get the impact from that.
What impact? It's a single scene.
What do you mean, what impact? You see the fucking characters you care about be emotional over it. You're upset because they're upset.
It's a single scene. That's literally the easiest.
Him getting fucking
way.
shot by Abracadabra or whatever the fuck it's called.
It really
would have been a single shot as well.
Isn't it?
But it would have been
Avada
totally in
Kedavra.
line with his character to protect his brother or something. We don't know how he died because it's not shown in the film, but let's assume that he did it protecting his brother. Even that quick scene of him giving his life to save his brother would be a pretty fulfilling conclusion to that character.
But it's war. Not every death has to be fulfilling in war. That's kind of like the.
Let
If
me
it's not, then they
also-
fucked it up.
Let me also add
it
this.
should be.
Let me also add this.
I
I
agree.
don't think that is required to make a good movie. I think that can be a criticism of it. You can definitely say, well, Fred's death was shit. I can't believe Remus just died off screen. That sucks. But you can still say, this was a good movie. I still liked it. It was still overall a positive movie. And that's how I feel. Yeah.
Both you and Jackson are defending that it's totally fine to lazily write out important characters.
I will admit I am probably a bad person to ask that question because I did not read the books and I am only watching the movies now as a 30-year-old man.
Well, it doesn't matter if you didn't read the books. First of all, you got to judge the movies based on the merit of themselves.
That
The
is
second
what
one,
I'm doing.
I just didn't find it lazy writing in that part. But it has been a while since I've watched it, so I don't know for sure. But how you're describing it, I don't see it as a massive issue if you don't directly see their deaths on screen.
Wasn't one of you... God, I was going to tie it to Destiny, but I don't even remember the character's name.
That would
Destiny
be Jackson.
kinda-
I haven't played yet.
Yeah,
Destiny.
that was to Destiny or to Jackson. Destiny does so much shit off screen and just tells you afterwards. And I thought for sure we had a conversation about that after Lightfall.
That's completely different. They overdo that, and there's no emotional impact at all in attack. Like you read about their death in a fucking text script,
But that's
basically.
the same thing.
It's not. What the fuck? It's not at all the same thing. You see the impact of their death in the cinematic experience by looking at like other things that happen, like Andrew said with the ghosts of Remus, as well as the brother's family crying over his body. Like I got that impact.
I think you're misunderstanding how long that scene is. It's a quick scene of his body.
It's a quick scene in like a montage of plenty of different things happening towards the end.
Harry's literally got like shell shock, and he's walking through the fallout shelter, and he just sees everyone crying and talking about how everyone's dead, and like it's like
a
impact really
after
heavy
impact
scene
after impact.
Yeah, and their scene is in slow motion to emphasize it as well.
I don't see how that's wildly different from Destiny 2, which you have an issue with.
Wildly
I really don't. They explain they explain the emotional impact. Then this character died in the text, and here's how we feel about it and why.
They
it's so
explain it in an unsatisfying way. I don't get it. If it was a cutscene where I saw it, like that impact be displayed, actually, like how they did in the Hogwarts movies, then yeah, I would have been more satisfied with Destiny. But they don't. They do it in a fucking text. Just a text screen. That's not satisfying.
I don't see what. So okay, let's translate this scene to text. Let's say this plays out the exact same way.
That's okay. I agree with you. Then that's not satisfying, especially in a fucking movie. Who wants to read like the screen went black and then we sum up all of Harry's exploits in a white on black screen text?
I'm just saying, if it played out the same way in the book, would it be more? Would it still be as satisfying?
Oh, what you mean? Like I'm reading a book? Well, yeah,
you were reading the Deathly Hallows book.
Fred
Weasley is dead, and now his family's crying.
Let me ask you a question. Did you read the books?
But no, I already said I haven't read the books. That's what I'm saying. If it plays out like this in the book,
if the books take place from Harry's perspective, let's say they always stay with Harry. How would you even see Fred die? Because Harry wasn't there.
Yeah.
Well, the same way you see the other characters die. The author explains it. The author's omniscient.
Well, none of us know if that's
Harry
what even
won't
happens
find
in the
out
books,
until we, the audience, also find out.
I don't know how it happens in the book. Like I said, I have no idea.
Maybe the book is written in a way where like Harry finds out in the same way as the movie, basically, and then we see at the end like Harry discovers Fred's body.
I would find that hard to believe because it says the movie ruins the emotional moment from the books with Fred Weasley's death. So I'm guessing that's not how it plays out in the book. It said the movie omits his death altogether.
Okay, well then.
Well,
yeah,
that's not true because it does show his corpse.
No, like the way he, like everything about his death. Is completely
I see. Okay. Again, I haven't read the book, so I have no idea. I'm just asking.
Kira, did you read all Harry Potter books? Do you remember them well?
Yes, I've read them all. What are you wondering?
What do you mean? What is it, Jackson?
In the books, it's Fred Weasley, right? That does.
Yeah, Fred.
All right. So does Fred die on it? Like, do they explain he's dead?
On page.
Like on page, yeah. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Okay, never mind.
All right.
It mustn't have been that impactful.
I couldn't tell you. I haven't read the books.
Either way, anywho, we gave that plenty of time. I will concede that I don't have a good argument against it because it wasn't that important to me. So that could be a genuine huge problem I didn't have. Having said that, I really liked it. The plot never stopped. There were a lot of great set pieces. I think the emotional weight of the fights was there. I just really liked the last movie. I thought it was fun to watch, despite how dark the series got. I just liked it from start to finish. That's all. There you go.
That's fine. I just don't understand how killing characters off screen that aren't just useless characters is excusable. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Even if you just give them a short scene of their death, I still think that's better. For example, I just keep using stupid fucking examples, but like the newest Suicide Squad movie, right? Like those are all silly characters. But if they had arrived at the beach and then just like showed body bags of like, yep, there's our whole crew dead, as opposed to showing the characters dying, it would be far less satisfying. It
Yeah,
would be
but the
far
entire
less
point of that scene was to show these characters die in like comically
And the whole
gruesome
point-
ways.
And the whole point of this scene was to show this brutal battle and the toll it takes on all of their friends. So it'd just be better to show that as opposed to just say like, oh, there's the corpse over there. They died somewhere.
So you really think much is added if like
Yeah.
what's his name? Ronald, not Ron. What's his
Fred.
name? One of the Weasley. I hate names. One of the Weasleys. I don't care about the characters. One of the Weasleys is struck by like a bright blue light, and then he's dead. He's vaporized. Like that adds that much.
I mean, I think it would. Even if it's just like a random nobody, it's like, okay, well, Fred gave his life fighting. We've seen him try. He's dead. This war is super brutal, as opposed to just, man, this war is brutal. And we know that because, look, Ron's family's crying over Fred's body.
Well, what if him getting hit by that bolt, we see him get hit by the bolt, what if that takes away from the impact of Harry discovering it for himself, that he died?
What?
Like,
Harry
because we
wouldn't have
see,
been there to see him die.
well, no,
Maybe-
no. We see Harry discover the impact afterwards. Like we see him in that shell shock state, as Andrew said. We see him discover the body. What if because we knew that one of the Weasleys was dead already, that like that kind of impact is taken out of the screen basically because we already know it's coming?
Well, the impact was never there on the screen. Andrew didn't even know he's fucking dead. And honestly, when I saw the movie, I didn't even know who was dead either. We had no idea. Like it is just not clear. Like there was no emotional impact. Like all of these characters are killed without real due diligence. I didn't even know Matt Moody died the first time I watched part one. I was like, oh, his broom got shot down. He's probably okay somewhere. And then they just address it with like a throwaway line, like, no, Mad Eye Moody's dead. It's like, we lost Mad Eye Moody. It's like, what the fuck do you mean we lost Mad Eye Moody? He died from that? Like, it's one of those things where it's like, you don't have any emotional impact or weight from it. Or Nymphadora Tonks, for example. Like, there is no impact to their deaths.
The impact is seeing them dead, though.
Tonks.
Like,
that is
not the impact. It's not the
It is the
impact.
impact.
It's really not.
It is the impact. Like the fucking outcome is the same. You know they're dead at that point. It's not like they died and disappeared off screen completely, and then there's like I don't know, a sentence later on like, "Hey, Nymphadora is dead."
That is exactly how they did that with Mad Eye Moody.
Well, yeah, all right, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember Mad Eye Moody.
Yeah, I literally forgot Mad Eye Moody existed entirely.
Did you say that Hedwig was an unsatisfying death as well?
It was just a really quick throwaway death, but there is actually a scene for Hedwig, if I remember correctly.
Kira, did they talk about Hedwig after the fact at all? That was what annoyed me the most of the movie. I feel like Hedwig sacrifices himself to save Harry, right? Like he jumps in front of her.
Just like he was dead.
Yeah. He was just immediately dead. But then I felt like no one talked about that at all. Like this fucking epic animal that had been there for like 7 movies, and Harry can't even shed a tear when he like arrives or pour one out for Hedwig or anything. That's what annoyed me about the movies. I don't give a fuck about the
Pour one
Weasleys.
Pour out the butterbeer.
Yeah, it wasn't so much so like that. That I think that's a good example actually, because we saw his death happen on screen, but the impact wasn't felt because no one fucking talked about it. Harry didn't fucking say a thing.
100% right. That was kind of what I was saying. It's not an off-screen death though, because he actually does at least get killed on screen. But yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying a death can be unsatisfying while still happening on screen as well, right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Okay.
My favorite part of the movie was when the Weasley mom said, "Not my daughter, you bitch," and through the power of profanity was able to overcome Bellatrix. That was cool. Yeah.
I don't remember liking the last movie at all, so I don't know why I'm necessarily defending it, but I just don't agree with that.
I think
original point.
I think the biggest thing for me that happened is I didn't become invested in this series like most fans
Until the
are.
very end.
What's that?
Until the very end, it sounds like.
No. I've never, from start to finish, been really invested. I've just found them to be entertaining movies. They're not. Harry Potter never became something where it's like, okay, now I want to read the comic books and I want to watch this animated thing, and let me read the wiki and see about all this stuff. I don't really care. I've just been watching them as like fun, adventurous action movies, and I think that's the difference in my viewing versus like most typical fans of it. Yeah. So I liked it.
That's fine.
Sue me. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. It's okay to like bad things.
Hey, you like Moonfall?
Goddamn right. That's why I
Yeah.
said it's okay to like bad things.
We both do. Oh, yeah. Anyone got anything else? I had 2, but I don't have to.
Have you guys been keeping up with the Redditing of Reddit going dark?
I hope the Redditors win.
And they
Why?
will.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll do
Are you
3
rooting
days
for them just for fun.
They'll do 3 days, and then they're just going to go back exactly to as everything was.
Did they straight out come out and say we're protesting for 48 hours? So they put like a
did.
timestamp on it. Like, wow,
Which is
really,
so
really
dumb.
powerful stance, guys.
So
yeah, really
dumb.
sticking it to them.
A lot of the other subs are doing indefinite though. Like I know our videos is the biggest one doing an indefinite exodus.
But it's still really stupid admitting to the company that you're protesting just how long you can live without the product of theirs that you're addicted to. It's like, oh,
it's pretty
yeah.
fucking
hey, you
cringe.
piece of shit dealer, I'm not going to do heroin for 48 hours, but once I start seizing and vomiting from the withdrawals, then I'm going to come back crawling to you. Then you're going to have to lower your prices. Like,
Pro
no.
tip out there, if you're trying to make a change, if you're protesting or shutting down a service, do not announce how long it will be down because people will always just wait it out.
How about just leave and don't come back until maybe it's better?
I don't understand. What was the Reddit CEO even supposed to say to that? Like, okay, see you the day after tomorrow.
Yeah, see you
what
in
a
48 hours,
coincidence. I'm on
guys.
vacation those days. That's fine.
I'm hopeful that it won't just be 48 hours because that's probably not getting anything done.
I'm hopeful it causes any change. Because, like, fuck Reddit, but...
Nothing. I really doubt this is going to enact any change.
No.
And these
In
Reddit
real
subs
you
will
guys
go
don't
public.
care.
They'll come back within a week.
Nah. If they actually did keep this up for even like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something, they'd have to do something. Because if you access the site without being subscribed to some of the subreddits that aren't protesting, you actually don't get any fucking generated content because so many subs are private. There's like actually,
Yeah,
I
but
think it's
Charlie, you know,
9,500
mean?
subs.
yeah, but doing something that, you know, they still own Reddits, right? All of those moderators are just a bunch of unpaid losers. Like, the CEO could literally delete all of their accounts and just hire new moderators and open the subs today if he wanted to.
Hire new moderators.
He could, I guess, but
He doesn't have to give them anything. You could just kick them out of the website and IP ban them and then just make everyone new a moderator.
I mean, I feel like since most of the major subs are controlled by the same 5 people, that's going to be a hard thing to replace with another
Yeah.
5 people that are just going to be your puppet.
Also, how is this going to generate new people when people go to the site and see there's nothing there?
What do you mean nothing there? Like you said, there's like 10 people, 10 super moderators who control like 200 subreddits. They get rid of them and find another 5 people who have no life.
But they're the biggest subreddits on the platform. They're like 95% of the website traffic.
Yeah, and it's not the users protesting, it's the moderators who shut down the website. Do you think some random guy who just happened to come by Reddit is going to even know about this protest?
When he sees
I
his
don't give a
subreddits
fuck.
are shut down, he will. Yeah.
When he sees that he
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
access
And when
what
you
he's there
open them
for.
up, they're not even
confused
going to
what you
know
mean.
that this protest happens.
Yeah. If the subreddit opens, the casual audience is going to come back.
Yeah, they don't care. They're not even going to notice. The only reason I even noticed that the site was down is because Reddit didn't do the one thing that I use it for, which was a tech problem that I Googled. And I clicked
Yeah.
on like Linux gaming or something, and I saw that the sub was private. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, it's one of those things again. But, you know, if you just take care of those moderators and take their moderating powers and just replace them with literally any volunteer who says, hey, I've been using Reddit for several years now, and I think it should stay open. Okay, you're the new moderator of the sub. What are they going to do? Sue Reddit for their God-given constitutionally guaranteed moderation rights? No.
Well, they don't even have to replace the moderators. Surely they could like the admins could just force the subreddits open and keep them open and remove the power of closing subreddits.
They can open the subreddits, but it's all user-generated content. So if the users stand in solidarity with like the moderators,
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, that
That's
won't
not going to happen. People, this is like every single boycott now is like, oh, everybody quick delete your Blizzard accounts because somebody said something shitty about Taiwan. It's like, yeah, you'll get like a dozen dummies to delete their accounts, and then what? Nothing. They're still going to be $1 billion company.
Even a lot of subreddits haven't shut down as well. Like r/games is still open. They made like a post pandering about it, but they still didn't close the subreddit because E3 is happening at the same time. And they didn't want to close it during E3.
Well, Reddit is getting hit hard though because r/2sentence horror is down.
No.
The hardworking fellas over at r/anti-work are protesting something.
I saw Goth Sluts is down. That's a big one as well.
Oh, of course, like
No.
r/astastic, r/hentai gif,
Oh.
r/anal yif, r/cock milking yif. It's all down. What
My
will
favorite
Reddit do
subreddit.
without all of these? How will people live? I don't know.
These
I don't think
bastions
anything's
of
going to happen.
nobility.
And I don't think Reddit even has to give them anything. I think eventually all of these people with these gigantic subreddits that they
Yeah, they're not gonna let go of it. They love the power.
Yeah, they're not gonna like. It's like tumbleweeds flowing right there, right now. They're kind of excited that they get to play Star Wars Rebels because that's what they're into over at Reddit. But they're gonna be bored before the 48 hours are even up. They're gonna have to open up so they can ban people and like nuke entire threads.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with their afternoons now.
Yeah.
I still would like to see it win. I don't like corporations like Reddit charging for API and all that kind of shit. So I'm rooting for the Redditors.
I agree.
Why
I
is it
agree.
even- It's like, yeah, I agree too on some level, but at the same time, it's like you're not even rooting for some grassroots thing. This fucking Apollo app that kickstarted this whole thing. The guy's a millionaire himself. You're really just playing team sports of one company against another. One rich fuck versus another rich fuck.
I mean, I don't. That's a weird way of putting them against each other. Wouldn't you want competition, right? As opposed to shutting down a better third-party service. I don't use Apollo, but I mean,
I
having
don't know
the
how it's
option
competition.
to choose.
It's Reddit is a website and it is a client for that website, right?
It's a
not its
better-
own thing. It's
better
not
client.
competition.
It's a
I don't know
better
what
client. It's getting
even
shut down.
entails. It's like, what do you need a client for Reddit for? You not just scroll
Use on
and
your phone.
click play on a video?
I don't know. I'm not a Reddit power user, but if it's a better service, it should be able to exist.
Yeah. A large number of Reddit people don't use the official apps or mobile. They use third party because mobile Reddit is so garbage.
Yeah, mobile Reddit sucks. I think it's Reddit is fun and it's a good mobile
Yep,
app.
that's the one I
So
use.
I would be upset if that disappeared, but at the same time, like, I wish they would drag me in to their cause without being ultra cringe, basically.
I wish they do it in a way that could have a chance of affecting anything, because if they just say 48 hours, they're just going to wait. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, for sure. That was poorly planned there.
Now, if all of these were indefinite, it could be something, but why, if you're the CEO, would you not just wait?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the math behind the... Yeah, go ahead.
Did you guys... One of the subreddits that is still open, thank God, because I wanted to talk about it this week, is r/truerateme. Have you guys seen this subreddit?
No, I hate that fucking rate me
no.
subreddit though. For some reason, it's always on the front page, and it's usually just like really good looking people. Like, am I ugly?
Yeah. No, but this one's different. This time the incels have taken back the power, basically. So true rate me is not like rate me. It's instead of like hot people just praising each other constantly, or like just constant compliments or whatever. True rate me is a bunch of incels in the comments rating these hot, gorgeous women like extremely low numbers and pinpointing like exact flaws in their like their facial structures and stuff.
Yeah,
It
where
is
they bitch
so
about the
fucking
cantle
good.
tilt. The classic, the cantle tilt. and such.
Yeah. Shit, like I sent you guys a link in the topic channel right now. Like, this woman is hot, and then all the fucking like comments below are like, oh, she's a 5.4, and these are such specific numbers like 5.15, 5.1, and then anyone who rates these women over a 5 is immediately like downvoted. and they're like
Do they get
bros
banned?
down bad. Yeah. There's a moderator that goes around banning people for like, what's the rule? There's a rule, I think.
No sim
Never
ban.
give over a 7.
No. No, I think it's rule number 1 is rate inflating. So don't inflate your rates beyond what the moderators deem acceptable, basically. So you really have to put these women in their places. Like, look, all right, here's one. This is just a random one. I don't even know if it's comedic, but it's someone replied saying 5.2. Face lacking symmetry, mouth not in harmony with lips, eyes unremarkable, hair unremarkable. And it's like one of the most gorgeous women possible.
I'm just scrolling through this one. I haven't read this yet. I'm just going to go in raw. 6.2. Slight blemishes of the skin, but otherwise very little to be critical of there. See a great deal of symmetry and facial harmony. You have nice jawline, cheekbones, and eyes. Brow does not hide them. Profile looks too no hanging skin or fat. Your nose cute as hell. You do have exotic look required for 7 scores, but who gives a damn? I don't know a single man or woman who wouldn't want to take you out for a night. 6.2. There's some gentlemen still on there.
I found another good one, Jackson. This guy breaks down why he gives her. Go ahead.
Real quick, I love that this is actually nothing but extreme compliments, like saying all of these nice things. Like there's not a single criticism, and it's still 6.2.
Well, that's because if he went over 6.2, a moderator would come in and say, no. Stay down there. Stay down there.
You inflated.
This subreddit's amazing. I found a guy who scientifically breaks it down.
That's all of them.
I'm going to take a risk and say 6 because I see a lot of features that are classic attractive. 1, hunter eyes. 2, facial symmetry. 3, Cupid's bow lips. 4, nose just under bulbous limit. Mods, please don't ban me.
It was flirting with the bulbous limit, but it
just under the bulbous limit.
It's like a bunch of incels basically trying to take the power back. It's so comedic.
It's really
I love
pathetic. Holy shit.
And it's so much fun when like the moderator comes in and like puts the kibosh on people overrating because he like pins his post at the top and says, well, you're objectively actually a 5.5. Don't listen to all the others rating you a 7 or anything like that. You're actually a 5.5, and here's why. And then everyone else is banned.
Who spends their fucking time staring and analyzing women like this?
Is this
what I want to know is
to women? They should rate.
Yeah,
us.
I don't think I've seen any men. What I find extremely funny about this, well, not funny, but weird. Like, why would you post your picture on here to be rated by these fucking incels?
Probably to laugh at them the same way we're doing it.
It's true.
Yeah, they might just be laughing at it. Plus, I assume that a lot of these might just be like photos of girls that incels have crushes on Facebook, so they just upload them here to fuck with them.
Yeah. They're like hate rating them and stuff like that, and jerking
God, look
off
at
to
this
the
shit.
answers.
5.5. You have some extra buccal fat, giving your face a wider appearance. The
you
distance
can't have
between your
buccal fat.
nose and your lips philtrum is longer, making your nose appear smaller compared to the rest of the proportions to your face. You are attractive. You have the girl next door look. 5.5. Yeah, it sounds like this why like Hollywood celebrity women are now getting the buccal fat removal and they all look like men, like aliens, without any cheek fat. It looks so stupid.
I want to find the moderator posts. I'm trying to find them desperately. Does anyone have any links in our Discord? I would love to see. For the like there was some moderator posts going around at some point that were extremely funny.
Trying attempting to use those sensational boobs to up your score. 5. God. I like this. Oh man.
Yeah, it's been my favorite discovery on Reddit in a while. It's so good.
This is basically like it's a more extreme version of those people on Twitter always bitching about like video game women not being pretty enough and their cartoon video games. What is the newest one?
Star
Abroad and
Wars one, I
Fable or
think.
something?
Star Wars and Fable, both of them, yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen anything about Star Wars, but yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like,
This is so
and
fucking bizarre.
they did it with Horizon as well. Like, people were like, she was way hotter in the first game. Now she's ugly because she's got a bit of cheek fat or some shit. It's so dumb.
It's so fucking weird.
It is so weird. Yeah, here's one. Someone rated just 8.5, and he's got like negative 10 down doots, and then the moderator replies saying, warning for overrating. Rule 1, please review the rating guide and primers. Christ, bunch of losers, dude.
Do you think this guy's like studying all kinds of like anatomy and shit so he can get an accurate scale for his community to use?
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're like, there's guidelines that you need to follow when you rate, but at that point, like, why doesn't one person just do it? Why do you open it up to everyone?
Dude, these guys obsess over this shit. They learn all of these like facial symmetry structure bullshit terminology. I before incels, I never knew what a cantle tilt was. And these
I've
guys
never
obsess
heard of the
over this
bulbous
stuff.
limit till today.
The bulbous
Yeah, me
limit.
either.
Here we go. Here's what happens when you. Here's what happens when you overrate too much. Comment removed by moderator 23 hours ago, and then the moderator replies saying, "Overrate, strike 3, ban applied." So they go hard here. Yeah,
He hit the bulbous limit.
you get 3 strikes.
Okay, so I'm seeing now if you actually order the subreddit by controversial posts, you get a lot of men. So I assume men can post here, but you're just not going to get upvoted at all.
Damn. What do they say? Does anyone even bother commenting on them?
Yeah, they get like 5 comments, but I didn't click on it.
Yeah, it's seriously just a bunch of men wanting to like take a bit of power back from women. It looks like, which is so sad.
Not even taking back power. I feel like these guys
It
actually
is.
do believe this shit.
No, I don't. They absolutely do not believe that. Well, maybe they like nitpick to convince themselves that like they're unattractive or whatever. But they go in thinking, this chick's hot, I want to tear her down so she feels as ugly as I feel, basically.
Yeah, for sure. But I think they also look at an average, normal-looking girl and they think, not as pretty as my OnlyFans subscription. 5.
Yeah, anyway, that was my fun discovery. Andrew, did you say you had something that you wanted to talk about?
Just a quick one, but it's up to you guys on what you would think is more interesting. I got the ROG Ally, and then I know before we started the show, you guys wanted to talk about Dream. So it's whichever way you guys want to go.
Oh. Your call.
Yeah, your girl.
Do you guys have anything interesting on that topic?
Which one?
The
which
Dream
one?
one, because it seemed like you guys were excited before the show, but if you don't, we don't have to.
It's just, it feels like a weird level of emotional manipulation to his audience to decide to try to get them to call him hot.
Tell people what he did first.
So, a few months ago, Dream, the Minecraft YouTuber, came out with a face reveal video. It was this enormous internet event that happened. We were all very excited about it because we got to finally see Dream's face. A very exciting moment for all of us. A defining moment, in fact, on YouTube. But immediately he was met with criticism for maybe not looking as attractive as Charlie,
Was he?
for
Because
example.
I remember...
Yeah.
I remember that the opposite way, because there was a photo of him before his own face reveal in which he was like at a sports game or something. It was a pretty fat kid. And then after the face reveal, it turned out, yes, that was in fact him in the photo, but he lost a lot of weight.
He looks
Weren't
good
people
now,
praising
yeah.
him?
He looks better.
Yeah, I thought
I think
people
there
were
were
complimenting him.
I think there was definitely a lot of compliments and a lot of praise and a lot of people that said he looked good, but he did get memed the fuck out of as well. Like, there were definitely a lot of people that were very harsh on him, like criticize his looks and stuff like that. Probably like the truerateme crowd basically got in on him. So like, I'm sure like maybe he went in with an ego thinking that he was only going to get compliments, and over the last like 3 or 6 months, the insults were just much louder than the compliments. So now he's put the mask back on, basically. He's deleted the video, he's not doing any more face content, and he's staying anonymous, basically. Which is a bit weird.
That is kind of weird.
Like,
I mean,
your
it's the
face is already
internet.
out
You
there.
should have expected the shit.
You should have expected this, and also, what's the point of, like, undoing it now? Like, your face is out there still. You can't delete everything.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I don't fault him if he wants to be more private now, if he wants to
Yeah,
no
I'm fine
longer
with
put
that.
any
That makes
more face doxes out there. Yeah, that's fair. Especially because he has like just such a weird fucking audience. The thing I
Yeah,
remember
so
about him was
parasocial.
like, he has so many like young girls specifically that draw like art of him getting skinned and turned into a chair and weird, fucked up, creepy shit like that. It's
Classic.
like, okay,
That's weird.
You guys don't know
I haven't
that?
seen that. No, I haven't seen that.
I have. There's like fan art of him just getting gore raped, and it's like, okay, if I was him, I guess I would also hide my like face and friends and family from the internet and backtrack all of it. This is weird. So I don't fault him for that, but if it's just him getting a little butthurt because people don't suck his dick hard enough.
I think it's definitely the sucking his dick hard enough angle. Let me read his video description to you. After face revealing and removing my mask, I regretted the attention and hate and am walking it back. I will slowly be deleting all pictures of me online and going back to just being a gamer in a mask, starting with my Mr. Beast video and my face reveal video. Hi, I'm Dream. I will be walking it back. I will be getting rid of everything other than my new mask. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart to those that supported me, even though I am ugly. I appreciate you all more than you could ever know. And I will be... Wait, let me finish it. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all more than you could ever know. And I will be working on my face while I'm masked again. Like, it's the biggest, like... It feels like giant emotional manipulation. Like, please call me hot. Those same 12-year-old girls in the audience, please call me hot.
Even though I'm ugly.
Yeah, it's such a funny sentence. Working on your face while you're gone, what does that even mean? It's so weird.
I don't know.
He's going to start mewing.
Like chewing exercises.
Oh, mewing, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What's mewing? Is that where you just say mew?
That's
mew,
where you
mew,
put
mew
a thing in your mouth to strengthen your jawline by like continually flexing your mouth muscles.
But wait, wasn't his thing that he had too much of a defined jawline?
He's going super jawline.
Oh, yeah.
Then.
No.
Super Saiyan jaw. Yeah, people were memeing him as like the troll face. Yes, thank you. Oh my god, I found the fan art.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
I'm
there's
sure
this
he.
version in here.
I'm sure the young man got a lot of hate. No doubt about it. Definitely with his level of like notoriety.
The
and
young
whatnot.
man, okay, grandpa.
I'm sure he got a lot of hate, but like I'm sure he got a lot of love as well and a lot of compliments and stuff. I don't understand why this kind of thing is just going to make people lean into it even more, right? As well, a lot more hate's going to come now, probably. Now that you've exposed a little bit of weakness from it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at the whole fan art of Dream as a chair.
Oh my god,
that's so
people are so unwell. What the fuck?
silly.
What do you Americans think, since you have different brains than us? You have American brains.
What?
Well, it's going to be the same perspective.
No, you'll offer something new and insightful. You're always quiet on this internet drama stuff. I'm sick of it. Come on, give me something.
I just think the Dream one's is kind of silly and sad. It's just weird. Like, I don't have anything special to say about it. It's like, okay, so this guy did his face reveal, didn't go the way he wanted to. Now he regrets it and he's desperate, so he's trying to delete all the evidence of it, but it's not going to change anything.
But it's kind of comical as well, right?
It's very silly. It is very silly. No, I agree. It is super silly.
Like the way he phrases it, the way he draws attention to it again by making it another enormous moment.
Yeah, you didn't read his post about it. In his post when he first did it, he also plugged his merch in the second line. He's like, all right, so I've decided to delete my face reveal. You can also go ahead and pre-order my upcoming drop or whatever, and then linked it, and then went into the rest from the description. So yeah, it is all very goofy.
So do you think that this is potentially like a PR move just to get a massive amount of attention and sympathy?
I think it's probably a sympathy thing. I don't think the face reveal went the way he wanted it to. And then I think there's like some legitimate resentment for the way people responded to it. So this is his tongue-in-cheek way of getting back at it, would be my psychoanalyst guess. I don't know.
Like tongue-in-cheek as in he's not actually upset?
Well, he's just trying to hide it with sarcasm. Like, I'm assuming none of you watched the video?
No.
Okay, I did. It's all very obvious that he's trying to take the piss out of it himself. You know that thing where it's like, wear your biggest insecurity on your sleeve so people can't use it against you?
The 8 Mile method.
Yeah, that's kind of like the entire tone of the video. So he has his friends come in and be like, you're so fucking ugly and your views are down because of it because no one wants to look at your gross face, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It kind
no.
of changes it though a little bit. It's not like so I don't know, like hatred.
Yeah, I don't think it comes from that place, but I definitely do think there is a level of like actual resentment for how it played out.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. Alrighty, we can wrap there. My voice is going.
Okay.
Alrighty, thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Thanks for joining us yet again on this official podcast. Patreon.com/theofficialpodcast for bonus episodes, as well as a brand new series by Kai and myself named Potophiles, where we watch To Catch a Predator episodes live for you. Well, not really live. It's recorded for you, and it's a lot of fun. So go check it out at patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. Other than that, let us know whose side you're on in the Harry Potter debate. Was one of the Weasleys' death impactful? I don't fucking know, dude. Fuck.
It is legitimately the easiest name in the English language. It's just Fred.
It's so forgettable. It's such a forgettable name. I would remember his name if it was like Balthazar or something, but not Fred.
The
Fred's so forgettable.
irony, Jackson, is I remember Fred better than half the other fucking characters in the series.
I remember Hedwig. That's all
I
that
forgot
matters
who
to me.
Hedwig was. I thought it was a person until you guys mentioned the owl.
Hey, actually, while we're on that, real quick, did Hagrid die at the end?
No.
No.
So
No, he didn't.
Hagrid I actually was kind of upset about because at the very end, everything happens and Hagrid is like, good job, Harry. And then he just walks away, never to be seen again. I thought that was really stupid.
That's just kind of the whole fucking tone of the movie, though. Everything is so rushed.
Yeah, it was rushed. I'll give it that. I still liked it.
I feel like I feel like Hagrid should have died. That
No,
would've made more sense to me.
Hagrid's too cool to die.
But I would want him to die of like a heart attack after the fight or something.
In real life,
Once
yeah.
the battlefield is cleared. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.